Coffee is a mountain biker's best friend. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love coffee. Chances are if you're watching this video, you do too. So in this video, I want to talk about the benefits and the cons of coffee as a whole. Is it good for us mountain bikers? Is it bad for us mountain bikers? I want to talk about how much coffee is too much coffee, and also then discuss kind of the optimal amount of coffee that you can drink to get the benefits without any of those nasty side effects. So in this video, it's essentially a coffee 101. People really enjoyed the protein shake 101 that I did recently, so I thought I'd do the same thing for our favourite cup of coffee for us mountain bikers. So I hope you enjoy the video. So first of all, let's talk about the negative sides of coffee. So let's get those out of the way. So coffee in the right dose is absolutely fine. There's no real negative effects for you. You don't need to worry about having it. But there can be negative effects if you drink too much of it, if you're adding a lot of sugar to it, for example. So first of all, how much is too much? So if you're going above 3 coffees a day, chances are you're getting to the point where you're drinking too much coffee, and that can be associated with negative side effects and potential risks. So first of all is your blood pressure. So if you're concerned about your blood pressure, or even if you're not, drinking too much coffee can have a negative effect on your blood pressure. So you want to bear that in mind. You can get to the point with coffee where you become reliant on it. So obviously after a coffee, you get a boost of adrenaline, you get a boost of cortisol, and you feel awake, but your body can actually become reliant on that feeling, and it doesn't pump out the necessary neurotransmitters to wake you up and make you feel great unless you take coffee in. So you can actually become reliant on it, where if you don't drink coffee, you don't feel awake, and that's a bad point to get into, a bad place to get into. That generally comes if you're drinking too much. If you drink it too late in the day, so let's say if you drink it from 3 p.m. onwards, that can start to affect your sleep. So caffeine stays in your system for quite a while and it keeps you awake, which obviously is one of the benefits. But what can happen is that if you have it too close to bed, it can affect your sleep. Now, even if you don't physically feel the effects, as in you're not awake at night, it can still stop you getting into those deeper levels of sleep. So even if you think the coffee's not affecting you, it can actually be affecting your sleep and affecting your recovery. And then the other side of it is it depends how you drink your coffee. If you drink your coffee black like I do, where it's literally just coffee and water, then it obviously doesn't have any calories in, or if it does, it's probably 1 or 2, like it's minimal. But if you're drinking, say, a latte with sugar 4 times a day, you're having a ton of extra calories there. You might be having 100, 150 extra calories several times a day. Even if you only had 2 of those a day, that's 300 calories. 2,100 calories a week is quite a lot of extra calories to be drinking just from having a latte twice a day. So there's that side effect as well, if you can call it a side effect. There's that risk, if you like, that you want to bear in mind as well. So that's the negatives of coffee. That's the negatives. Now they're the main things for you. Overwhelmingly, there's benefits, which I'll get into now. Now, I've talked about the negative side of coffee, but what about the benefits? So there's absolutely loads of benefits for us riders. Now, first of all, caffeine, if you drink it before a workout or before a ride, will decrease your rate of perceived exertion. And that is literally how hard a workout feels. So if you did a workout or a ride that would be a 10 out of 10 difficult, if you had a coffee before your ride, that workout might only feel like a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. So it's only a subtle difference. You're still going to feel your workout, your rides are still going to be hard, but it does literally affect how hard it feels. So that's a really big benefit. It means you can push yourself that little bit more. That's if you have a coffee before a ride or before a workout. The other side of it as well is it increases your focus, it increases how quickly your brain is working. So when you're on a ride and you're wanting to spot those lines and spot the rocks and the obstacles in your way, having a coffee before you go out is really good for that, because it wakes you up, it improves your cognition, it improves your mental performance so that you can pick your way down and just react that bit quicker. And then the other side of it as well is the motivation side. So yesterday is a great example for me. So I had clients in the morning from sort of 7 a.m. till about 2 p.m. And then I drove home, got my hair cut, and it got to 3 o'clock, I think it was. And I was knackered. Like, all I wanted to do was come and sit home and watch TV. I was tired. It was towards the end of the week. So I went across the road and I had an espresso. And then I found that I was way more in the mood to train. I had that boost of energy and I went in and had a really good session. Now, I could have still gone and done the workout. I would have been relying on kind of drive and motivation, if you like, or discipline to actually get through the workout. But the caffeine boosted my motivation and got me much more in the mood to go and do that workout. So there's that side of it as well. So they're the benefits. Now, as well as that, caffeine's high in antioxidants, which are good for you and are beneficial for you. And it can actually improve your metabolism, increase your metabolism a little bit, which if you want to lose weight can be beneficial. But they're kind of side benefits. Like, I personally don't drink coffee for the health benefits. It's more because A, I love it, and B, for the performance benefits it gives you. The ideal time to take coffee is roughly 30-40 minutes before a ride or a workout. So when you're at home and you're about to go out, 30 or 40 minutes before is about the right time to take it. So I've talked about the benefits of coffee, I've told you when you should take it. Now let's look at how often you should take it to kind of be at that optimal level of the amount of coffee you can drink each day. So there's an optimal level of coffee you can drink before you start getting into those negative amounts, and then if you want to be absolutely perfect, there's kind of a perfect amount of coffee you can have for the optimal benefits. So first of all, if you want to be a proper perfect and you just want all of the benefits, then limit your coffee to only having it just before a ride or a workout. So that's the only time you'll have it. Now when you do that and you don't drink caffeine the rest of the time, you'll find the biggest benefits and your body will give you the biggest reaction to the caffeine, so you really get the biggest performance benefits. So you won't have caffeine or coffee any other time except before a ride or workout. So that's option one. Now option two, if you're not quite that hardcore like me, I'm definitely not, I love my coffee, is to limit the coffee to 2 or a maximum of 3 coffees a day. So around 2 coffees is below the kind of recommended amount, or around at the limit of the recommended amount of coffee that you should have a day. And you'll find as well that you still get the benefits from it without becoming completely reliant on it. So for me personally, I have a coffee every single morning as soon as I wake up in bed. So, you know, 6:30, 7 a.m, something like that, depending on what day it is, 6 a.m. other days. I'll have a coffee sat in bed. And then the second coffee I'll have a little bit later in the day, just before I ride or train. So that would generally be about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'll have my second coffee of the day, and that'll be before my workout or a ride. So that's literally how I do it. 1 first thing in the morning, and then 1 before my workout or my ride. And then if I'm absolutely super tired or knackered, I might have a 3rd coffee of a day. But that's rare, to be honest. Like, what you don't want to do is get into the habit of not sleeping enough and just propping yourself up with coffee. Like, it's more important to have the sleep and the good nutrition and the proper rest and not rely on coffee. Coffee's a tool, but you don't want to become completely reliant on it. So use it to benefit you, use it because you enjoy it, but don't end up getting into having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coffees a day, which, you know, some people watching this video will do. If you're currently in that position, look at bringing your caffeine intake down. So if you're having 5 coffees a day and you want to get to 2, what I wouldn't advise you doing is just jumping straight from 5 to 2, because you'll get mad headaches, you'll get really low energy and you'll struggle to do it. What I would do is kind of go from 5 coffees, and then the next week have 4 coffees for a couple of weeks. Then the next week then the next couple of weeks have 4 coffees, and then go down. Clearly I need a coffee, I can't do my numbers. And just break it down bit by bit over a longer period of time. You don't want to do it in just one fell swoop. So there you have it. That's the benefits of coffee, how much you should be drinking, how much you maybe shouldn't be drinking. If you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any of them. And if you want to learn more about nutrition, check out my stupidly simple nutrition guide, which you can get at mtb.fitness or by clicking the link in the bio. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for another MTB Fitness video.